for some housekeeping. Here's what you can expect. On the right-hand side, you should see the chat box and any polls to interact with us. Whether you're joining us live or watching the recording, we want to see you interact in the chat. Please let us know what school and grade you're in. If you're a teacher, let us know how many students you have watching with you. We will have designated spots throughout the presentation to answer any questions. Today, we are doing something special. We have an audience of students with us who will interact live. We will also choose questions from the chat as well as bring in a few students virtually. That's it. Sit tight. We will be getting started shortly. Now for some housekeeping. Here's what you can expect. On the right-hand side, you should see the chat box and any polls to interact with us. Whether you're joining us live or watching the recording, we want to see you interact in the chat. Please let us know what school and grade you're in. If you're a teacher, let us know how many students you have watching with you. We will have designated spots throughout the presentation to answer any questions. Today, we are doing something special. We have an audience of students with us who will interact live. We will also choose questions from the chat as well as bring in a few students virtually. That's it. Sit tight. We will be getting started shortly. While you're waiting, check out our Farm to School highlights reel. Our students also participate and take the lead in our Farm to School program, where we interact with students K through 12 district-wide. We we get to educate students on the different kinds of equipment, how to grow food, and nutrition value.
you let us your school, your grade, and the teacher that you guys are with. If you're a teacher that's logged on the YouTube channel, please enter students at once versus having them log on. So thank you so much. There's no audio. Okay, so today we have we're going to be going all over some table concepts. We're also going to go over some nutrition education today, and then we're also going to have Jay Penrice, who is our guest today, who's also going to be showing us some easy breakfast items to learn to cook. And then I'm going to have what's next? Next slide. I said that already. All right, be sure you guys, we should be able to see who's in the chat here in a second, but make sure you guys say if you're teacher, like again, school, your grade, and the number of students. If you're an individual student that's logged on, please let us know who you are and what grade you're in, what school you're from, and then what teacher is on with you. All right. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. We have USDA who helped fund this program, as well as the school district. We wanted to say Nutrition Services, Barbara. Oh, you have a laugh. Okay, I forgot. And then we are Click and Grow, Loop, and I think there's a couple others, but we'll get to those slides next. Is there any more? Can we get the next slide? We said we have Wilson Elementary in the house. We have Cesar Chavez and students from San Andreas High School. From Wilson Elementary, we have Sandy Owens kindergartner class. And then from Cesar Chavez Middle School, we have Connie Jones 6th grade class. So thank you guys for being here. And then from Barbara Pasterchek's class at San Andreas High School, we have her students here as well with us. Next. All right. Oh, yes. And then we have Hydro, I forgot to mention, and Auto Grove and Riverside Food Systems Alliance have been helping us with this farm to school program. Next. All right. I want to introduce our favorite host. She's a demonstration teacher, special education teacher here at San Andreas. This is Miss Barbara Pasterchek. Let's give her hands.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited for a very exciting cooking program today, right?
Yes. Next slide.
So just.
And I'd like to introduce Cheryl Anderson, who is the CEO.
Hi, guys.
And founder of Al Bay. She
can't hear. Is the chat overlay on?
No.
Okay.
And you have the farm to school event.
Awesome. Okay. And then I want to introduce our guest student host today. We have Edith Lopez from Cesar Chavez Middle School. And then we also have Jaden, how do I say your last name? Vilches from Cesar Chavez Middle School. And both of these guys are 6th graders. So can we give them a hand really quick? Thank you, guys. So I'm going to have you guys stand up here. You get one mic. You get the other mic. Come on over here. You guys are going to introduce our guest host today.
Hi, I'm Jaden Vilches, your student host from Cesar Chavez Middle School. Today, our special guest is Jay Penrice. He's a business owner, he's an entrepreneur, and Mr. Penrice is a chef extraordinaire. He started out cooking with his grandma at 6 years old.
Hi, I'm Edith, your other host. Mr. Penrice is a business owner of Pig Island BBQ, which provides catering across the Inland Empire for over 10 years. Mr. Penrice also helps start a commercial kitchen that lets people who want to make their own food have a place to make it without having to rent expensive spaces. Excited about launching his food truck coming in 2023.
Mr. Penrice was born in L.A. and raised in Rialto. And as an entrepreneur, he found Portion Gourmet in 2017 to assist with healthy eating. Thank you, Mr. Penrice, for being with us today.
Yes, thank you. We're excited to see what you have in store for us.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. And we have Jay Penrice himself. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Where am I going? Am I going over here?
Just say
Oh,
hi
okay.
to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna have fun today. We're gonna cook up some breakfast. Give you guys a couple of ideas and something that's really easy to do and anybody can do it. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out and let's cook some food.
Awesome. Thank you. He's going to head over to the demonstration cooking area right now. What's next for us on the docket? All right. Say hi. Your camera's right here in front of you. Let's get that slide up really quick. How are we on audio? You guys able to hear us online? Let us know. I'll make sure that you guys have that the ability and that you guys are seeing everything in the chat. That would be helpful for us. Next slide. All right. Again, Jaden Vilches and Edith Lopez. One more hand for them to do the introduction. Great job, guys. Next.
Thank you guys so much for the introduction. I appreciate it.
All right. Go ahead.
All right. So, do me a favor. Can somebody tell me the first thing you do when you're cooking? The very first thing you do. Say it again. Everybody, what? Wash your hands. That's awesome. I am not going to do that today. No, I'm just kidding. I already washed my hands. I'm going to put some gloves on, though, just to be extra protected. Is that okay with you guys? Yeah. All right. So we're going to make two dishes today. The first one is a dish that's very, very, very old. You know, this thing is so old that nobody really knows it started. It's been traced back to the Persian Empire. It's been done even before that in Egyptian times. There's a story about Napoleon. Does anybody know who Napoleon is? Napoleon was a great general for the French army. And there's a story that one time he walked through a small town and went to an inn. The innkeeper made him this dish. He loves this dish so much. He made the town bring every last egg they had. They had to bring all their eggs to bring them together so he could make this dish for his entire army. And he made one giant thing of this dish. Now, nobody knows if this story is really true, but we do know to this day, there's a town in France that celebrates a holiday once a year where they make a giant dish to commemorate this. Anybody want to guess what that dish is? What do you think?
What's your name?
Now remember, it's very ancient.
Okay, I'm going to have her say it one more time. What's your name?
Nevaeh.
Nevaeh. What was your answer?
A pot.
A pot.
A pot? A pie or pot?
A pie or a pot? Pick one. A pot.
A pot, not a pot.
Good
But
guess.
this is in ancient cookbooks as well.
Ancient cookbooks. Who else wants to try?
Come on, somebody's got to
Okay,
get
one right here.
Ancient
An
cookbook.
omelet.
She's saying an omelet.
She is correct.
What's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby. Gabby from.
Thank you, Gabby. Omelet.
Yes.
So omelets, nobody knows where omelets came from, how they started. All we know is that different countries, so many different variations of them. So everybody makes an omelet different. I'm going to make it a little different today. Now, who likes cheese? Who likes bacon? And who likes vegetables? Oh, good. I'm glad to see those hands up. Great. All right. So we're going to put a little bit of all that in here. Now, normally at home, I use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Today, we're going to cheat a little bit and use some olive oil spray. Olive oil is probably one of the best oils you can use for cooking. Actually, in my opinion, it is the best. It has a lot of good fats for your body. It's the healthiest oil you can probably get, so I always suggest to drink that. Now, we have a lot of people, and I'm sure that did everybody have breakfast this morning? No? No? I don't know if I have enough for all you guys. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I have enough. So we're going to cook a really big omelet. We're going to be like Napoleon today and cook a huge omelet for this army. So with your omelet, you want to do 2 or 3 egg omelet. That should be enough for about 2 people or so. I always like to do a little bit of salt. Have you guys ever heard the expression a pinch of salt? Yeah. You know why they call it a pinch of salt? Yeah. Because you literally get a pinch of it. So you sit there, pour some salt in your hand, like so, take a pinch. That is your pinch of salt. Now I'm gonna make a big omelet, so we're gonna go with a couple of pinches of salt because I don't know how one little omelet's gonna feed everybody. Now be careful when you crack your eggs because the last thing you want is a shell in there, right? Nobody wants to eat the shell of the egg. You just want the inside of it. I mean, unless you want to do that. No. Okay, I'm just making sure, I like it. Now, we're gonna whip up our eggs. We have our pan on. Now, understand this, one of the basic things of cooking is that, number one, anybody can cook. Everybody can cook. All you guys can cook. You guys can cook fabulous. Even if you never tried it, you can do it. First things first, always keep your pan on low. Cooking is not something that you want to rush. It's not something that you want to do fast. You want to do it right. Does it? I guess so. So now we have our eggs all scrambled up. We're going to go ahead and place them in our pan. You guys hear it? Yeah. You hear that? No. Those in the back can't, but you got up front. Can you guys hear it? Just a little bit, right? That's what you want. That's making sure that your fire is not too high. That means you're not going to burn your eggs or overcook them, and you're going to want them a lot more. So what should we start first? What ingredient are we going to put in first? You. Tomatoes? I like your style. I like your style. These are cherry tomatoes. These are red cherry tomatoes. We actually are going to pick some other tomatoes a little bit later for our other dish. But with the cherry tomatoes, you can slice them. You can put them in whole. I prefer slicing them up and putting them in just so it spreads it out. And let's be honest, not only are they packed with vitamins, so they make them very healthy, but it makes your dish just look really nice. Really nice. What's your name? Wow. Luke. Luke. Ah, Luke. Is this enough, Luke? You think we got enough tomatoes? Yeah. All right. Okay, so what's next? What do you got? What you want to do? Cheese. Cheese. Now, cheese. Now, who likes a lot of cheese? Who likes just a little bit of cheese? Who doesn't like cheese at all? Okay, we got a couple in there. All right, so we're gonna try to work in the middle. We're gonna do it light cheese, all right? So we put a little bit of cheese around. Now, let's take a look. This is where we're at now, right? And you see it? You see how it's still a little bit runny on top? We're gonna sit there with our spatula and you hold it back a little bit. Let that runny part go onto the pan. And this is gonna make sure we cook every bit of it. Spaghetti. All right, a little bit more cheese, a little bit more cheese. What's next? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The spinach. All right, spinach.
Up there. Is there a student that could help you with really quick?
Sure.
So we have someone picked out. Is it Samuel? Come on up to the front.
Oh, here we go.
You're going to have him come up.
Come on through, Samuel.
You're good. I want you to introduce yourself real quick to everybody on.
Now, I heard that you're properly trained for this and you're ready to go. Is that correct?
Somewhat.
The answer is yes, sir. Say yes.
Okay, yes.
Yes, there we go. All right. All right, Samuel, let's start off. Let's get you some buffs. So just go ahead and pick 2 of those out. And right now,
Samuel, can you introduce yourself to everybody that's watching?
Hello, I'm Samuel Rodriguez.
And what grade are you in?
I'm in the 6th grade.
Awesome. And this is going to be your first time cooking? No, or are you a pro?
No, I've cooked a lot.
There you go. Awesome.
what
All
have
right.
you cooked?
I cook spaghetti. I
Nice.
cook quesadillas. I cook eggs. I make lunch, breakfast, and dinner for myself sometimes.
Nice.
Awesome.
Good job, man.
All
That's
right.
awesome.
Great.
All right.
So let's see what you're going to be doing.
So now we're going to chop up some of this. Would you like me to go ahead and do this part?
Sure. Or unless you
So-
want him to do it. If you can.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
So with this, we're just going to do a couple of quick chops. Nothing big. We're just going to strip it out so it's a little bit smaller. Now, if you want to, you can saute this before. It's going to shrink it up really small. Is really good. So if you're in for us, and then spreading it around. How'd you do? How'd you do? Did you do good? Yeah. All right. All right. So what else? We need one more thing, right?
We have a kindergarten. Did you want to harvest something too? Or are you saving that for the
Save it for the quiche.
Okay.
So what else? What's the last thing?
Onions.
We got eggs.
It's onions. Onions.
Everybody say it. Everybody say it.
Onions.
Louder, louder, louder. Bacon. Please, sir, will you do us honor? Now, when it comes to doing your omelet, like I said, there's a bunch of different ways. He put all the bacon on this thing. Man. All right. Is this how you... I'm coming to your house. I can't wait. You making me breakfast. So you can do your eggs a couple of different ways, your omelet. A lot of people like to flip it once. I like to flip it a couple of times, especially when we have an omelet this big. So we're going to flip this bad boy a couple of times. How are we looking? Good. We're good? Can we have a... Oh, can you help me out and get a plate right here? What? Nothing's wrong. Nothing happened. I don't know what you guys talking about. So we're going to throw a little bit of cheese over the top. Oh, one of the big ones. I'm sorry, kiddo. My bad. Yeah, just rip it open. And then now our omelet is pretty much done. So we're going to go ahead and take it off the fire because we don't want to overcook it, right? And then one last thing. We're going to take some of this green onion. Chop that. And we're going to use this as garnish. So garnish is just something that's very pretty that you put over the top. It is edible, so you can eat it, but it's a look. It's more just to make your dish look nice. Thank you, sir. Oh, we lost it. I need a bigger plate. Oh, what happened to our little plate? All right. All right, how we do? Omelet, very easy. Anybody can make this. Everybody can make this. And you know what the best part about the omelet is? You can't do it wrong. There's no right way. There's no right ingredient. There's nothing perfect. You can do whatever you want. So if you want to do, what other kind of vegetable do you like? Just yell it out. What other kind of vegetable?
Tomatoes.
All right, we got tomatoes. If you want tomatoes, you can put it in. Grapes? I don't see why not. We can try it.
Salad.
But anything you want to put in it. So if you like mushrooms, does anybody like mushrooms? You can put mushrooms in it if you want. All right, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few for you guys, just so you guys can go ahead and have a try at it. Okay? to do, scramble it, put it together, and you're good to go. All right. All right. Some more eggs. Now, I had another volunteer, right, to help out? Eduardo, would you mind helping me out for a second? What's your name again? So while Samuel's sitting here helping me with this extra omelet,
joining us up here.
I'm going to have Eduardo help me go ahead and pass out some samples for you guys, okay? Give this to people? Cool. And then you're going to help me go pick some vegetables later. Is that okay? All right. Okay. Let's get some forks. Man, I probably should have opened this before. Before I put the gloves on. I'm like looking for the. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being smarter. All right, let's get some forks out. All right, let's start with your class, yeah? So you want to start passing it in here? Can you do that for me? All right, so go ahead and give it to him. Oh, what?
We'll have the students serve. Let's start you harvesting with him.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to go ahead and, are we going to have him go ahead and do it?
No, he's going to go ahead. We're going to do the harvesting.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm talking about serving. If he was going to.
He can help serve.
Yeah. Here, I'll go ahead and turn this down.
Yeah.
If you.
We're going to start doing some harvesting right now for the
All right, you ready to come
quiche.
get some vegetables with me?
I'm going to have, can I have your name? Come on over. You're Samuel, right?
No.
No. Eduardo, right? Hi, Eduardo. We're going to have help Mr. Jay do some harvesting. Are you up for that? All right, so let's do that.
You got this?
All right, the first thing we're going to need is some tomatoes, right?
Yes, ma'am. Let's get our colander.
Yes. And then the tomatoes are over there.
Let's go right over here. Let's look at the tomatoes. How is it? Follow me. When we're getting the tomatoes, we want to look for some nice ripe tomatoes. See right here, these are still green. They're not all the way ripe yet, so we want to leave those alone to get ripe. This one right here. That's a beauty right there. That's what we want. See that color? You think you can find me some of that color? All right, go ahead. I'll hold this.
Right now on our slide deck, and we're going to continue doing some harvesting in the classroom. So come on, guys.
Ready to do some more? Get some good ones. Look at that. These things are huge. Good job, man.
Good job. All right. We're gonna go this way.
Sir.
Follow me.
Now we're gonna go get some herbs and stuff. Look at this beautiful place.
Have you been in here before?
Yes, isn't this cool?
All right, so we've got different types of microgreens. We have basil free, so for you to pick from.
Oh, okay. So let's go with basil. So for our next meal, we're gonna make a quiche. So we want to make this pretty nice.
Down in the
So
front, we
got
heard
some
that
basil.
everybody likes it down here. I also wanted to say that there were some people asking for the recipe. So we have to make sure that we're going to post that, guys, and get that out to you. And everybody's going to get a little test today.
Boom, perfect. Let's get more of those bad boys. So if you clip it off that way, you don't damage the plant, and they can go ahead and keep on producing for us to make more basil, more delicious vegetables for us to use. I think one more will be good. Wow, you're a pro. You're a pro, man. Thank you.
Good job,
Love it.
Eduardo.
Great.
All right, let's head on in. Let's head on back. Did you want any other herbs? We've got dill.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Okay, now we're gonna head
You
back.
want to hold on to this? Got that?
We can wash it outside.
Yeah. Let's go. We're on the move. Think you got enough? Yeah.
Oops, let's go back this way.
We're gonna take the long way. That's it.
All right, so here's our.
All done with that? Thank you. Good job. Yeah, because that's another thing. Hey, when you're cooking, it's not always how pretty it is. It's how it tastes. That was good. Do we need a lot more of this, don't we? You got it. All right. So we got a lot of mouths here, so we're gonna cook up a couple more omelets to make sure that everybody gets a taste.
Testing. All right, guys.
So that's always a good start.
Quick questions. All right. While everybody is doing their taste testing in the back, for you guys online, we're going to be guessing what types of food groups are on my plate, right? How do you know what all the different food groups are? Can you raise your hand? Do you guys know all the groups on your plates? Can you see see? There's 4 different ones, and then something in the cup. Do you guys know what is? Oh, yes. There's different ones. I'm gonna give you guys one. Can you guys hear me? Okay, one more time. There are 4 different food groups whenever you eat a meal. Do you guys know what those are? All right, let's say it all together. The first one is fruits. Can you guys say fruits? Okay, that's one. I need another. Guess the other one. What other food groups are there? It's on there. That's a fruit. Very good. Vegetables, grains, meat, and can you guys look in there? It says dairy. Awesome. So those are the different 4. Those are 4 different food groups. Mango. What is mango? What food group do you like? Come over this way so I can see you. What kind of food group do you like? You like tomatoes? Did you know tomatoes a fruit? No. All right. Let's learn something. Awesome. Okay. All right. Some prizes here, you guys, and some questions. So if you guys are able to answer these questions, you guys are going to get a prize if you're out here, okay?
Okay, so have your attention. Some of you would like to know what you think of the omelet. Some of you are trying it. Does it taste as good? You still want that recipe? Because it was that middle row asking for it. Yeah? All right, so thank you so much. And then everybody's going to get some. We're still cooking up. So Cheryl was asking you guys some questions. We do have prizes today. So we have some cool little planters. So if you want to answer some of the questions, we'll call on you and we will let you pick out a prize. So the questions today, were we going over the... Okay, so we're going over the different food groups that were involved in the day. So who tell me a food group that you had in there today? So what is your name? It's Rudy? Okay, Rudy, what are one of the food groups?
Vegetables.
Okay, so what kind of vegetable did you have today?
Spinach and tomatoes.
Oh, spinach and tomatoes. Okay, and tomatoes is a little bit tricky. So is there something that you would like to pick from the... Can I go look at the table? The group. Okay. So I'm going to call on one person over here, and then I'm going to walk my way over. So a tomato. Who knows what a tomato is? Is tomato a vegetable or is it a fruit? It's a very tricky one. How many people say vegetable? Raise your hand. How many people say fruit? Raise your hand. Okay, the fruit tomato is a fruit. Yes, I know it's tricky, isn't it? Okay, so what's another food that we have?
Dairy.
What's your name?
Daisy.
Daisy. Yes. What kind of dairy did you have?
Egg.
You had cheese. Very good. Do you want to pick out a prize or this guy? Okay. I'm going to pick a little one, and then we're going to come back around. Plenty of prizes over here. Plenty of opportunities. So, what is another food group that we had? We covered dairy, and we covered a vegetable. Is something else that we had. What's your name?
Nevaeh.
Okay. What else did we have? Do you know? You could talk about what is the main part that we had of the meal today? What did he start out with that he cracked? Eggs. Very good. So, do you want a prize? Okay. Do you want to go over to the table and pick one up? Okay. Thank you, Nevaeh. So we covered fruit, we covered protein, we covered today. What's your name? Oh yeah, Sam, you will help. What part is on the
Grains.
grains? Very good. Did we have anything grains in there today? I didn't see anything either. But what could you have with your breakfast to cover the grain part? You know what a grain is? What could you? What's your name?
Anna.
And what would you say it was a breakfast?
Toast.
Toast. Very good. We could have a piece of toast with that. Good. Excellent. Pardon? So toast. Toast could have been part of our grains. So excellent. Did we cover all the major food groups in our discussion today? Okay. So thank you. Thank you guys for participating. We'll be asking more questions, prizes, so pay attention. Okay, I want to ask you real fast. How many of you think that you could do this? Oh, were you? Okay, so all these kindergartners think could do it at home. What about our middle schoolers? Do you guys not cook? Okay. What about my high schoolers? Can you guys do this at home, do you think? Does it seem pretty easy? Okay. All right, terrific.
And everybody, just remember, Father's Day is coming. Sorry, mothers. We missed out there for that. But hey,
Father's Day omelet might not be bad, whatever we're cooking. Don't need much. So breakfast seems like a pretty good idea. I'm just out there.
And this is really the meal that we're making today, right?
Yes.
Oh, one of the proteins that we had cooking in there was, I actually skipped over one of my favorites that I like to have in it. Everybody says it makes it taste better. Does anybody know what that is?
Yeah.
What makes everything taste better? What's your name?
Eat it.
You got it.
Bacon.
Bacon makes everything taste better. I forgot because Samuel added a load of bacon to that.
All right. While we're waiting for this omelet, you guys are going to have two things to taste test today. You can do an omelet and then a quiche. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to go over what we. So let's go and can you put my deck up for me? Okay. All right. For what we learned today, we covered the four different food groups in a plate, including the drink that's outside. Can we name those together? What's the first one? Then what's in the cup? Dairy. I heard someone say dairy. Yes. So we learned that. So we're going to ask questions from Mr. J. So that way we can, and those of you who ask questions, we can take questions in the live chat as well. So those of you who are asking questions get to be in a raffle for a prize to come back up there and go pick something. Okay. We're going to need 2 kindergartners, 2 middle school, and then we're going to pick 2 from online. So you guys have to think of a question that you want to ask our chef today, and have you guys come up and then ask those questions up here. Okay. So let's have Miss Barb, the two kids, and then we're also 2 students from San Andreas as well.
Okay. So what is your name?
Zayden.
Jaden. Zayden. All right, Zayden. So we're going to pick Zayden. Come on up, Zayden. And I'm picking 2 from each grade. Ooh. I love your Sonic. What's your name?
Sonic.
Honey?
James.
James. Okay, James, come on up and just walk carefully through there, sweetie.
Times cook bad or good?
All right. So Jaden asked, do chefs sometimes cook bad or do bad at cooking or do good all the time?
Ooh, good question. All right, Jen. So here's the reality of everything. It's always stepping stones to get good at whatever you want to do, regardless of what it is. You're most likely not going to be the best at the first time you try. So those people that want to be chefs or want to be cooks, they probably weren't that great at it when they first started. But the key is to keep doing it, learn new things. You pick up things everywhere. Whenever I travel, I pick up new techniques. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Jamaica. I've been all over, and I've taken cooking classes everywhere. So yes, there could be a time that's not that good, but you'll always get better as long as you're doing it. That goes for almost anything in life. So just make sure you keep at it. Whatever you like doing, keep at it. Make sure you keep doing it. You will get better at it no matter what it is. Good question.
The next question comes from James. And his question is, what was it? Say hi. Can you wave? Say hi, James. Awesome. Okay. What's your question? Don't press the button. What's your question?
The cook's chef.
Do eggs from the store?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. James has asked if cooks always get their eggs from the store.
Ooh. Well, no, James, actually, not all the time, depending on where you're chickens, and most of our eggs come from our backyard. Some have it delivered to their home, and then the majority of them will go ahead and buy them, or a restaurant that they work at will buy. But just depending, I guess, on where you are. But you can get fresh eggs at farmers market. Redlands has a great one where you can get fresh eggs from there. Or you want to find somewhere, if you want fresh eggs, you can somewhere to get them. But I would say chefs get them from the store. I would say most of them.
Okay, great question.
I know. Another awesome question.
All right, yourself, look right here.
My name's Elliot. My question is, what inspired you to do that?
I'm sorry, still didn't hear. What is what?
What inspired him to cook? Yeah? Good question. My inspiration came from my grandfather, the Army, Air Force, when he was in the Air Force. He was on barbecuing, hence the reason I'm here. So he taught me almost everything I know about barbecuing. The second, my dad was in the Air Force as well. So he wasn't with us most of the time. I hung out with my mom a lot. And my mom, of course, is cooking for us and my brother and sister all the time. So between my mother, her father, my grandfather, that's what really inspired me to cook. I fell in love with it maybe when I was 6. Thank you. Question.
My name? And how old were you when you started cooking? How old were you when you started doing this?
How was I when I started cooking? That's actually a very debated question in my household. So, oh yeah, please.
My name is Edith.
I saw you inspired. So as far as my age, my mom will tell you that I started at about 3. It probably wasn't the traditional way. I was basically reaching up in the cabinet, stuff down, putting whatever on the floor and mixing that up. And she would tell you that was when I first started cooking. The earliest memory I have of cooking was when I was about 6 years old. First thing I cooked was eggs. So that's probably my earliest memory of cooking, and been cooking ever since. I won't tell you how old I am because that's you don't ask those kind of questions. Good question, Anita. Thank you.
I need 2 students from San Bernardino in a raffle. So the high school students, do we have students who want to ask a question?
Look right here.
Your name?
I have a.
Then,
So just my name.
what's your name?
Is Alexis?
Your name in the raffle?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior. All right. So Alexis, what's your question? So we have Alexis here. She wanted to what's it again? What
made him on
our school do this for us?
Oh, what made me want to come? So I'm not allowed to tell you, but no. A long time ago. She just wanted to let me know that about this. Lasagna, for sure. I'm a freak for lasagna. I can have lasagna every night. Lasagna, enchiladas. I love enchiladas, and probably smothered chops. Smothered pork chops. Or what's very old now, nobody does this anymore. Pork chops and applesauce. I'm telling you, it's amazing. That's a good question. What's yours?
For lunch and
Yeah.
it has to be.
Yeah, see? That's a hard question, huh?
It has to be. I think roast.
Roast?
Yeah,
Nice. What kind? Pork or beef?
pork.
I'm definitely a fan of anything pork. So I do Pig Island. We do pulled pork sandwiches. Yeah, I'm all about pork. That's a good question, though. No more
What's
hard
your
ones like
favorite?
that. If I
Do you
come
have a
back-
favorite? You did? I missed that. What was your favorite?
Pork.
Ah, pork roast. Awesome. Thank you.
Now, if I come back, you can't be giving me them hardball questions like that one. She put me on the spot. That was hard to choose.
That was hard. We have 2 questions online that we're pulling up,
Yeah,
and then I
let's
know
go.
you're getting ready for.
Question.
Everybody say it. What's important to do after you're done clicking? Yes, clean.
Douglas, who is in 6th grade at Brown Elementary.
Hey, Douglas.
Have you ever burnt a dish? Is there anything that you've ever cooked that you've burned?
Hey, Douglas, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I have never, ever burned in my life. I've definitely burned a dish, Douglas. Everybody's burned a dish. That's the growing process. You're going to do some stuff, especially when you have distractions, you tend to burn things. I have little ones, so I tend to them, and I might burn something a little bit. But best part about cooking is that you can always come back and do it again. Ultimately, yes, I have burned things, but beyond today, I will never admit that.
Oh, thank you so much, Douglas, for sending
Thank
that
you,
question
Douglas.
in. Okay, and then we have who's in 6th grade, also at Brown Elementary. How long has Pig Island BBQ been open?
Ooh, thank you for asking. Pig Island BBQ started just last year, actually. Last year was our launch date. So we've been open just over a year. We're just growing. We have our and we are working on getting our food truck for the 2023 year. So we're going and getting bigger. I hope to see you out there one time. You let me know that you asked that question. Your meal's on me.
All right, thank you, Russ.
While James. All right, we're gonna do.
Cayenne pepper.
Someone just call me. Can you guys hear me? Do I need to be over here? All right. Can you see me? Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Can I have a volunteer to help me pick 2 names? Okay, you. And then let's do. Okay. You guys, one each. So go ahead, pick a name. All right, James Lopez Salazar, you come on up and get a prize. Yeah, James from Wilson Elementary, come on up and pick a prize. Thank you. Okay, next. So this is the raffle virtual classroom here. Nevaeh Gregory, go on and pick your prize. All right. Oh, she already got one? Okay. Let's do another one. Let's get another one. Do you want to pick somebody? Someone. Okay, here we go. Eduardo Osiguera. Eduardo, come on and pick up. So you 3 pick something here for helping out really quick. And we're going to do one more. Let's see. I will do it. Gabby. There are 2 Gabbies. From Cesar Chavez Middle School. Sandoval. All right, come on up. Abby. Somebody? All right, come on up. right. 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more. Actually, we have one more raffle prize coming up, so we'll save that. Let's do the virtual classroom really quick. So all right, I know this is it. All right, here we go. Last one, we have Douglas from Brown Elementary. Congratulations, you guys have prize, or contact your teacher. Take what's left on the can get you right. So Douglas from Brown Elementary, thank you for your question. Don't know if we're gonna for quiche today. For you to finish, so I finish up the quiche, and then the ones that you have made, we'll start cutting up and passing out. Okay.
All right, so let's get started on our quiche. Does anybody know what a quiche is?
You know what a quiche is? You got it? Oh, nice. What do you know about it? Yep. So with a quiche, basically here, I mean, that's good. All those things are included into the quiche and stuff like that. Now, quiche is, it's known as a French delicacy. Now, honestly, it actually is kind of contested whether it's a French delicacy. So Germany actually came up with the first quiche, then occupied this area of Germany and basically brought it into the fold and claimed it as their own. They go as far back as the 13th century. It's another old dish. And it's basically, you know, you can make it with custard, you can make it with cream. We're gonna make ours with cream. Quiche can be hot, it can be warm, it can be cold. You can eat it either. It can be sweet or savory. It's one of the coolest, fanciest, easiest dishes you will ever make in your life. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and use some of the vegetables that wait, Eduardo? Was that who helped me out? You helped me out. Eduardo, well, there he is. Raise your hand. Where you at? Where you at? All right, come on up. Come on, help me out. So he helped me picked out some nice fresh basil. Also these beautiful yellow cherry tomatoes. Come on up. So the first thing we do is we have 4 eggs. We're gonna put our 4 eggs and mix it with heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream is kind of like milk, but guess, you know, but it's heavy. It's milk. So it's very heavy, it's very dense, but it's very good. So Eduardo, you mind going ahead and taking those and pouring it in here for me? Can you do that for me? Pour it straight ahead. All the way in? All of it. All right. Let's put that back up on the counter for me. I'm gonna put our heavy whipping cream in. Because it's kind of like milk. It's basically from the same. It's all from a cow. So we're gonna sit there and whip these things together. Now I love spices. I love spicing things up. I'm not gonna make it too spicy for everybody today, but we're gonna have just a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. So we have our cayenne pepper here. It's not that hot. It's not gonna be that hot. So Eduardo, he's gonna put this cayenne pepper in, and we're only gonna do 1/4 teaspoon. So that's a very small amount of cayenne pepper. Go ahead and dump that in for me. All right. Along with that, we're gonna leave that spoon out. We're gonna use that spoon again. We're gonna put 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So a couple of pinches of salt. Let's go ahead and dump that in. Thank you, sir. All right, you can go back to your seat. Everybody, can you guys clap it up for Eduardo for his help? Thank you, kiddo. All right. So this is what we got so far. This is how we're looking. It almost looks like you're making a cake dough or something like that.
Can you make a cake?
I cannot make a cake. Look, I don't bake. You can try. And then you got to bring me a piece. All right. So we're doing about a cup of cheddar cheese. Now for this one, mix it up a little bit. I love cheddar cheese, but we also have some Kobe cheese. Mix. Yep. Say it. What'd you say? Kobe? Kobe. So just a cup, but I mean, what's wrong with having a little bit more, right? It's cheese. Cheese is awesome. We're going to go ahead and mix all that together. All right, now everybody get a spoon and have some. Nobody? No, I'm just kidding. It's not ready yet. You can't eat this. So we're gonna take our batter, and we get a pie crust. Pie crust, you buy any supermarket. They have deep dish ones like this, and they have half ones like the ones that are gonna go out. And we want to make sure we get all the cheese. All right. Now let's go ahead and put some of our spinach in here. Watch. Onion. Or bacon in this one. Okay. You didn't have to. All right. And we're going to slice potatoes that are well got for us. We're going to throw those right over the red tomatoes or just the yellow tomatoes? Both? Let's do both. All right. Nope. A bit, but sometimes, just sometimes. Leave them all the time. It's in there. Make sure. How's it look? Come here, guys. Come here. Come here. All you guys. How's it look? How are we looking? Everybody good? All right. The last thing that we got to do is go ahead and put it in the oven. So what you want to do is preheat about 305.
So we had some connection. All right. On our farm to school Fridays on a Tuesday, and it's ended, right? Okay. Thank you for joining us. We've had some technical difficulties. We were using a different we're using a different streaming platform to see how it worked out. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you for coming.
Oh, thank you guys for having us. That was so much fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the quiche. You guys try to make it at home.
Yes.
And look us up, Pig Island BBQ on Instagram. Actually, we'll be this Saturday at
Pop up. We're doing a pop up. So we appreciate yes. Please join us and thank you so much. And then we're gonna the recipes you gave to us, and then the way it goes out to you guys. And all the today.